So now we're going to have a loop at the waveform display. Before we do that, I actually just want to audition some of the loops just so you can get an idea of the kind of sounds we've got within this plugin. So let's just try out one of these ones. Really nice. Let's try out some of the clavinet loops next. Let's hear some grand piano loops. Let's have a listen to some of the Wurlitzer loops. So often we have kind of variations upon a theme. Now you can see that Feel Me loop had 3 different incarnations of it, so you can mix and match. Really nice. So you get a feel there for the kind of sound that we're getting here, really rich, kind of analog 70s vibes. Now, something else I should just draw your attention to here is the fact that the loops have been organized by BPM here. So for example, here for the electric pianos, we've got a BPM range of 88 to 147. You can see the BPMs written in here to the left of the file name. So 147, and then we go down to 88. So you can choose a loop potentially which has a BPM which is close to your track if you want to keep it quite kind of natural sounding. Okay, so let's focus on the waveform display now. So as you can see, the loop here, in this case the leftovers again loop, has been chopped into slices here. Now these slices can be played back on the MIDI keyboard ranging from C3 upwards. So if I play C3 and I play C#3, so get the next slice, up to D3, and so on and so forth. So I can actually create a loop which is created by combining these different slices using the MIDI keyboard. Now for each one of the slices we can adjust different parameters that are available from the top menu up here. So the first one is tune. So let's say I wanted to tune this second slice here up 2 semitones. I've done that using this little slider here because I have tune selected here. So you can hear that at work there. So that really allows you to manipulate the loop even further by adjusting the pitching of each individual slice. The next thing we can do is adjust the volume. So let's say we wanted to have these 2 slices a little bit quieter. Now something I should also say is that when we play, if we hold down the key, we'll actually play from the slice all the way to the end. So in that case, I was holding down C3 and you can see it played the first slice, which has been mapped to C3 and then carried on and played the whole loop. If I do the same from D, you'll see it played from this third slice, which has been mapped or assigned to D3, and then it played all the way to the end of the loop. Now, the next option we have is attack. Before we move on to attack, if we want to reset parameters, we can command click on them like so to reset them. Okay, let's move to attack. So this allows us to change the attack time, essentially, for a smoother fade in. So let's do it to this 5th slice here. So you can clearly hear the attack time being slower for that slice there. And then we have stretch. Now stretch allows us to stretch the timing of an individual slice, and it does it as a percentage of the original speed from 5% to 200%. Now this can only be done if time stretch is selected here. If we deselect this, you'll see that it becomes grayed out. Okay, but let's go to stretch again, and let's drag this up, and you'll see this percentage appears on the right in the value box there. Let's try that out. So it's speeding up. Let's slow it down. Pretty cool. Now, something else that's very important to note here is that let's imagine we wanted to change all of these parameters simultaneously, which is something you may want to do all the time. So, for example, if you wanted to tune a loop to be slightly different tuning so it fits with your track, you may want to do that across all the slices. So if you hold down Alt and you drag up, this enables you to actually change the value for all of the slices simultaneously. Pretty powerful stuff. Now at the bottom of each slice is a box here, which allows us to reverse the slice. You can see it's written reverse here alongside this box. So let's try reversing a couple of these and play it back again. Pretty cool. It's very powerful reversing audio like that. It's something I often forget to do, because it is actually just a really good way of being able to get more interest out of your existing sounds without having to always add new things in. Okay, so up here we have a MIDI drag option. So we can actually use this to drag the MIDI file in to our DAW. And let's play this back. You can see now we've got the MIDI file loaded into Logic. Let's open the plugin again. Now, this little speaker icon here allows us to click on a slice and pre-hear the slice. So what it means is we don't have to always play the MIDI keyboard in order to hear the changes we're making to slices. And that is the waveform display. So to recap in this video, first of all, we auditioned some of the loops we have available just to get a flavor of what this plugin can offer us. We then had a look at the waveform display, so we now know that the loop or phrase is chopped into slices that can be played back from C3 upwards, depending on the number of slices there are. We can change tuning, volume, attack, and also time stretch by dragging on each individual slice like so. We can change all of the slices simultaneously by holding down Alt and dragging one of them. We have incremental adjustments with a higher resolution if we hold down Shift, you remember from the last video. We talked about reversing the sounds here, or the slices, by clicking the box underneath. And we also talked about MIDI drag to enable us to drag a MIDI file corresponding to the loop into our DAW of choice. We can reset by command clicking like so. And we can also pre-hear a slice by clicking on this little speaker icon and clicking like so, which means we don't always have to play back on the MIDI keyboard. Okay, so that's the waveform display of Soul Treasures. In the next video, we're going to have a look at our sound tab here. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.